Hi there, it's Ashley Met from Churchill's, and today it's a bit more of a bleak episode. I wanted to share with you a bit of a shocking revelation, and that's effectively there are 2,521 York properties which remain empty, leaving 1,556 people on the council house waiting list in despair. There aren't enough homes in York, it's quite evident, and the answer is clearly to build more property in York, but that unfortunately for those badly seeking to buy or rent a home in York takes a lot of time and massive amounts of money. So you might be thinking, well, what are the solutions there? Well, talking to a York client of ours recently, the subject of the housing crisis was mentioned, and they suggested that all the empty properties in the York could be the solution to the problem. On the face of it, it seems obvious, but now, quite interestingly, I've done some research on this topic, and I wanted to share this with you, as I did with them. So the most recent set of figures from 2022 state that there are 2,521 empty homes in the York Council area. So it begs the question, why not put these homes back into the housing system and help ease the York housing crisis? Whilst they stand empty, 1,556 York families are on the York Council waiting list for council houses. Nationally, the picture is very similar, with 1,206,376 families on the council house waiting lists, with 676,304 houses empty. Now, surely we can all agree that property left empty for many years isn't morally right. Yet a different story emerges when you look deeper into the numbers. So every October, on one specific day, each local authority must report every property that is empty, even if it's only been for a week, for instance. So many of these York properties are either awaiting new homeowners or, in the case of rental properties, new tenants. Also, most certainly, some properties are being refurbished and renovated. Some are deceased estates, while other properties have homeowners that have moved out and are in the process of being sold, e.g. a part exchange property. So of those 2,521 York Council homes lying empty, only 762 properties were empty for more than 6 months. And this is where it gets even more interesting. Many people cite all the empty council houses, yet of the 762 long-term vacant York Council properties, those empty more than 6 months, only 129 belong to the council. The fact is that the number of genuinely long-term empty properties is only a tiny drop in the ocean of the 85,459 properties in the area covered by the City of York Council. And even if every one of those empty property homes were sort of filled with tenants tomorrow, it would only meet a small fraction of York's housing needs. So what does this mean for all York homeowners and landlords? Well, the scarcity of available homes contributes to a maintenance of high rents, which presents a favourable situation for York landlords who are investing in buy-to-let properties. Simultaneously, it also serves to keep York house prices at a relatively elevated level. And the implications of this situation are particularly evident in the context of York's rental market, where the demand for properties is exceptionally high. So due to the challenges faced by young individuals in affording home ownership and the financial constraints limiting the construction of new council houses by local authorities, the growth of the rental market becomes an undeniably reality. So consequently, landlords predominantly focus their investments on the lower end of the housing market, such as starter homes, further fortifying property prices. So this cyclical pattern sustains the entire market as sellers, propelled by the increasing demand, progress up the property ladder, thereby enabling others to purchase homes and continuing the process in a chain-like manner. So effectively, these are indeed interesting times in the York property market. That's it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you all the best.